Jai Sri Ram Vinay Ji.
Jai Sri Ram Ji.
Glad to have you here. A very, very important day. Mysteries uncovered. Salman Rushdie stabbed in New York. Okay. And that's what we are going to discuss about with Vinay Ji. Who was the attacker and how he came to US. Let's look at the thing a little bit and deeper, which the media won't go through for you. Salman Rushdie was a hater of PM Modi and Hindus too. Would he have learned it today? God only knows, but we pray for him anyway. Okay, why this is becoming this is becoming very easy now in North America and Europe to settle scores. You know, this is something very important we have to talk about for sure. Click, watch, open, talk with the political analyst from Toronto, Canada, Vinay Ji, and folks. You can ask questions too. I'm sure he will be glad to answer it for you. But before going further, folks, please, if you didn't do it already, please go and like the video, subscribe the channel, and press the notification button to stay connected. And we'll love, you can get to know as soon as we go live, and you can ask question, become the part of the conversation. We will love to have you. Okay, again, thanks Vinay Ji for coming to Bharat Marg.
Thank you, Ji.
Appreciate it highly. And Semi, what do you find Salman Rushdie stabbed in New York?
It's a very controversial subject, so I got to be a little careful on how I word my the discussion actually.
Absolutely.
So just to give you a little background on Rushdie was is actually from India, was born in Bombay, India, 1947. And he wrote several novels. Like I believe he's got around 14 novels, and he's got another one coming up in 2023. His a new novel is going to be published. So this person went or actually became controversial when he published a novel in 1988 called The Satanic Verses.
Mm-hmm.
And the day he wrote it, it was all good, and then after that the Indian government under Rajiv Gandhi, it was a Congress government, banned the book, and that was the first country to ban Satanic Verses. And then the Iranian government under Ayatollah Khomeini banned the book, and not only that, but they also issued a fatwa on Salman Rushdie. I believe it was a $3 million fatwa, for Rushdie's execution. And all this is because in the Satanic Verses, again, apparently, because I've partially read the book, and I'll come to that in a moment. It's about kind of showing Prophet Muhammad in poor light. So that's how it was, and the Muslims and the Muslim countries termed it blasphemous. So now a lot of things have happened after that. In 1991, a Japanese translator who tried to translate the book was stabbed to death, and then an Italian translator and a Norwegian translator were shot, but both survived. And things have been going on about this book, and the fatwa, you won't believe it, the fatwa, although the current Iranian government has kind of backed away from it, or walked away from it, they have not rescinded or canceled the fatwa. So the fatwa is still alive, okay, as of today. So now coming to the controversy about his what happened in New York. He was at an event in the Chautauqua Institution, Western New York State, and he was invited to speak. And there was an interviewer as well who was on stage. So I believe his name is Henry Rees. So he was interviewing, and Salman Rushdie was on stage, and this gentleman, a 24-year-old, I believe he's an Iranian national, Hadi Matar. That's the
Mhm.
name that the police have given.
Mhm.
And he jumped on the stage and he
And
inflicted.
it's a paid event. Huh? The free people cannot come inside.
Correct. And the funny thing was the people, who are part of this organization, or who organized this event, actually told the venue people, the venue guys, the Chautauqua institution, that you have to have security here because this is Salman Rushdie. He's got a fatwa on his head, and so he's very vulnerable. But they basically didn't take it seriously, so there was no security screening, there was no metal detector, there was nothing.
And
So the guys easily walked in.
absolutely, absolutely, Vinayji, I wanted to bring something to the attention of the people here. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sure you will cover that. New York is ruled by the liberal government, and all the liberal governments today in America are against the police force. They want to cut down the police force.
Yeah, that is funny. So, and apparently, I think I read it somewhere that there was just one officer inside.
Uh, and of
Okay.
course, the governor's office praised him at last.
So one officer, and on a person who is so vulnerable, who's got a fatwa, and so much controversy about Salman Rushdie, and ironically, when Hadi Matar went on the stage, and this is this is a witness there, by name Linda Abrams. She was onlooker from the city of Buffalo, and she was talking to New York Times, and she said it took 5 men to pull him away, to pull Hadi Matar away, and he was still stabbing. And he was just furious, like intensely strong and just fast. He kept going and going and going and going. And eventually it took 5 just people from the audience to kind of control him, and eventually police came and
Subdue him.
took him away. So this is the whole background of the event. And what does that tell you?
And I want to quickly interfere here and let you know, let the audience know, the New York government, New York governor, who are against the police force, they want to cut down the police force, at last came out in praise of the police officer for his heroic activity in not only saving him. We don't know whether he was saved or not. We will know that pretty soon. His eye is gone, his liver is gone. We don't know what is remaining. Okay,
Yeah.
but the police officer not only saved him, the host was attacked, and major things were averted because of the heroic act of the police.
That is true. No, I mean, and like I said, it was the 5 people from the audience who actually literally saved him, and the police only came in after. It's like typical movies, right? The police come in only after everything is done, right? So that's pretty much what happened. And I'm not sure why the governor is praising the one cop, but yes, I understand. But he was just one man. But and again, one more thing I want to bring up is Hadi Matar was a 24-year-old boy, man, whatever you want to call him, born
Young
in
man.
born in 1998, 10 years after the publication of that book, Satanic Verses. So what does that tell you? It basically tells you that the fatwa was released in 88. 98 this boy was born, and he grew up to be a 24-year-old young man, and he committed this act, this heinous act. And it is evident, and I'm going to be very loud about it, and it is evident that the killer instinct, the revenge, the fatwa, the terrorism, and all these things are in the blood of some of these guys,
See,
which can never be taken away.
I always say the people, Vinayji, you correct me if I am wrong. Okay. See, basically, the demonic forces were there, are here, right?
Correct. It doesn't matter, even if it's an old thing, right? It is in the blood. It's in the blood. You can't help it. So
Absolutely.
it's very unfortunate. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we had to, let's talk about this, because it is, I know that we all pray for him. Okay. And, but one of the things what, ये लोगों को पता होना ही है कि ये जो सलमान रुश्दी जी जो हैं, वो बहुत हेट करते थे पीएम मोदी को, हेट
जरूर।
करते रहे। ओके, इनफैक्ट वो अवार्ड वापसी के समय पे बहुत ऊंचा था इनका आवाज, और
Oh yeah.
हिंदू के खिलाफ भी थे। शायद आज उनको पता हो चुका होगा। व्हाट डू यू से विनय जी?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In fact, um, uh, this whole award wapsi thing was going on at the time, right? Uh, Salman Rushdie was actually was backing these protesters
Mm-hmm.
against rising intolerance, and he said, "Yeah, you're right. You should be returning those awards." And
Right.
when the Modi supporters commented on this, he called these supporters Modi Toadies. In British English, Toadies means anybody who is a big fan of these political, bigwigs. So people who support blindly, that's what Toadies means in British English. And he said that this is thuggish violence, what is going on, because there were protests against the protesters, and he called it thuggish violence. And the author was flooded with a barrage of hate messages following his tweet. And he supported Nayantara, Sagal, and other writers who returned their Sahitya Academy awards.
Of
And
course,
it's
of
very
course,
unfortunate.
of course, nothing to reduce the contribution of आमिर खान, who was डरा हुआ इंसान उनके बीवी के वजह से।
Oh yeah.
कि-
So I'm going to
आमिर
talk.
खान आमिर खान को तो बहुत इतना डरा हुआ था,
Yeah.
कि उसकी बीवी ने उसको बहुत डांटी कि घर के बाद जाके
Correct.
बाहर बोले क्या ऐसा, यू नो।
Correct. So
या
it's apparently that's when Amir Khan made that comment, right, and about intolerance, he was only looking at one side of the country, and secularism. What is secularism? Secularism means equality, equity to everybody. So it doesn't matter whether it's a Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Sikh, or Buddhist or whoever, but that's not the way things work, because Rajiv Gandhi, without reading the book, I don't even think he turned one page of that book. He basically banned the book, and that's basically what even LK Advani made a comment about this, and he said, you've not even read the book. Why have you banned the book? And then the former Minister of State for External Affairs, Natwar Singh, defended the decision, saying that it was taken purely in view of the law and order situation. But the funny thing is, this is the funny thing. P. Chidambaram, who is a big Congress party supporter, and he was the Minister of State for Home Affairs in the Rajiv Gandhi government, and in November 2015, he said, what Rajiv Gandhi did was actually wrong. He should not have banned the book. So when talking about intolerance, BJP MP Meenakshi Lekhi, right, in 2015, she made a comment on the double standards of the Congress government regarding intolerance. On one hand, they ban a book because they didn't want the law and order situation to go out of control, and then they also prevented the guy from speaking at the Jaipur literary convention. And then they talk about intolerance because Amir Khan says, "Oh my God, there's no tolerance with the
absolutely." For the viewers' benefit, Salman Rushdie was opposing CAA too. ये शायद इसको लगा कि हम सेक्युलर बन जाएंगे तो हमें छोड़ देंगे लोग, शायद ये सोचा होगा ऐसा, या आसान था कि मोदी को पंच करो या भारत को पंच करो, और किसी को ईरान को किया तो अभी तो हालत पता है उसको। तो what do you say? CAA he was opposing.
In India is an easy target for everybody, because India is a very tolerant society, tolerant government, and this whole thing about intolerance, I don't know where it came from. Amir
And,
Khan
and
probably.
Vinay ji, the
Uh,
interesting thing is when Congress banned his own book, उसको intolerance नहीं लगा.
Oi, this is what Meenakshi Lekhi said about double standards, right? This is what she said about double
But
standards.
I should not laugh. I should not laugh. It's a sad day, really.
No,
But
no, it is a sad day. I mean, like, you don't want anybody to kind of
yeah,
be hurt, or this is
you know,
not right.
मेरा कहने का मतलब यह है कि आज भी दुनिया में हिंदू उसके लिए प्रे करते हैं.
नहीं नहीं जरूर. I mean,
मगर मगर
आप
इसने क्या किया? हिंदुओं के साथ गद्दारी किया. फिर भी
जरूर.
ठीक है. You know,
No, no,
this is
absolutely.
whatever happened is wrong, and Hindus are standing with him and praying for him.
नहीं, आप जो बोल रहे हैं सही बात है, क्योंकि
You continue in English. I will
yeah,
little bit.
the thing
Yeah.
is, you're a journalist, okay? And the whole idea of journalism is, you don't want everything has to be fought with words.
Mhm.
That's it. And you don't want to go into killing people, stabbing people, and murdering people, or whatever, right? Hurting people, because that is not the way it should be done. You want to say something, say it with words, and that's about it. And if somebody has the capability of saying, don't stop them. And that's what I talk about, double standards, because this whole controversy about intolerance, because India is a very tolerant society. You can say whatever you want about India, nothing, no problem. But the day you say something
फिर
about any,
फिर भी आप कुछ भी बोलो, फिर भी भारत और भारतवासियों जो हैं, हिंदू कम्युनिटी जो है, ये ऐसा दिनों में आपको लिए प्रे करता है.
absolutely, this is you're so right. I'm sure that in India somewhere a few people have gathered to bless him. I'll
Absolutely.
tell you that this is my honest opinion, because that is the way Indian government is, and Indian people are, and India is as a that's basically in the culture, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let's go a little bit deeper into it. Okay. uh, See, अगर यही काम ओके भारत में होता तो न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स का आर्टिकल क्या होता? And now it happened in US,
Mm-hmm.
so they are quiet.
Oh yeah.
you know
Oh yeah.
and most of these things of settling score happening in North America and Europe. Why?
Yeah, like I said, right? The people have realized. I mean, the people meaning the perpetrators. They have realized it's easier to do things in the U.S. and in North America and in Europe, because the government has turned a blind eye, pretty much. The security is lacking, in many of these places, and even the people, right? The
Police
people,
doesn't want to work.
yeah,
They are at fault whatever they do.
exactly. And it doesn't matter if the police do something, they're at fault. If the police don't do something, it's at fault. They're at fault. So the police have now kind of taken they're playing it safe, and they don't want to be in any controversy. They don't want to lose their job.
And
They don't
if they
want to
get
lose their
another
fame.
job, they go.
Exactly. So it's happened with many events that have happened in North America and in Europe, and so this is a kind of an easy way for any perpetrator to kind of get in and hurt or harm people easily. It just happened in Canada just recently, right?
Mhm.
Ripudaman, the Air India bomber. Or accused.
And
Sorry, I shouldn't
tomorrow
say Air India bomber.
we will
Accused.
discuss about it. The attack on the podcast, the Jo Sardar from Punjab,
Yeah,
he was attacked. you
right.
know
And
it's
so many things.
unbelievable. And Karima Baloch,
Absolutely. Yeah. And then people have walked into the parliament in Canada. A guy walked into parliament a few years ago. You know that, and he created a ruckus. And then recently, just about last year or 2 years ago, when Trump was in power, when he lost the elections, and that was a big thing. They entered the
White House.
not the White House, the Congress, right? The congressional, building. And so basically, these things have happened, and it's
Absolutely.
become easy target. And
Absolutely. Vinay ji, let me give you some breaking news.
mhm.
Okay. जो देख रहे हैं उनके लिए. ओके. इनके बारे में सब खुलासा जो अटैक किया उस ईरानियन डिसेंट था उसके बारे में सब खुलासा. I want you guys to know he didn't come in skill visa. you know
Oh,
I'm just saying you in general, how it all works out. They only get the refugees,
the
you know
refugee status. Uh,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
If your brother and my brother or your sister and my sister want to come to North America with our names, our kind of names, it's very difficult.
Yeah,
You put the right cap, you
yeah.
change the right name, then you can simply walk into North America.
No, it's yeah, and also, you know what? The funny thing is, if a government or if a country does not give refuge to any of these people, those countries are becoming targets in the United Nations, and everywhere. People talk about, oh my God, America is not letting Syrians in, or England is not letting Syrians in. What's going on? This is absolutely not right for Syrians or Iranians or whoever. And so countries are welcoming these people with platter, and actually giving
And
them.
not your brother and my brother.
Yes, no, this is
Oh man, you
I
are a Hindu, forget about it.
no way,
You
you
have
can't
to
come in.
stand in the queue and come.
Yeah, you can't come in. So this is what's going on. So these people are just walking into the country. They see it's easy, the security is lapsed, the government is very supportive of them, and even the media, what you just brought up about New York Times, even the media is very supportive. And so with all that, why would they not take advantage and do what they did just to Salman Rushdie
Absolutely.
and
I want
maybe to other people?
absolutely Vinayji, I want a comment from somebody. If you are watching this video, comment. If New York Times अगर इस आर्टिकल को लिखता है, अगर ये घटना भारत में होता तो उनका हेडिंग क्या हो सकता है? What do you say, Vinay ji? What could be the heading of New York Times?
If this happened in India, I would kind of come up with a bunch of things, but let me say, probably the headlines would be BJP government failed again.
और इससे खतरनाक क्या है?
Yeah,
इससे खतरनाक क्या है? अगर कोई हिंदू ये काम करता तो वो तब क्या होगा?
Hindu
That's
terrorists on the loose.
absolutely, isn't it? अभी कोई नहीं बात करता है, right?
No.
And it's unbelievable. Yeah.
So this is the unfortunate thing of how the journalists word their headline news, right? And I want to say one thing about Salman Rushdie. Actually, I'm like, this is whatever has happened is bad, but I'll be very honest with you. I picked up satanic verses several years ago to read it, because at the time it was a fad. It was a fashion for everybody to say, oh yeah, I read Salman Rushdie's satanic verses because it was controversial and blah blah blah. But I said, okay, you know what, let me also read it. And I somehow got hold of a copy, and I read it, and I couldn't go past 10 pages. And even those 10 pages was with a lot of difficulty, because the guy sucks at storytelling. He sucks. He's a horrible writer. He is absolutely it's utter garbage, rubbish and garbage, because the plot and the writing sucks. That's all I want to say about Salman Rushdie.
Vinay ji, I have promised today I will not talk anything negative of him. So, but
Sorry, I had to say this because
yeah,
he's
absolutely.
I hope he recovers,
Absolutely.
and I hope he becomes a voice for freedom and tolerance and all of that. But I just wanted to comment on his literary, skills.
I wish he can come to India and come to anti-CAA protest and get some biryani langar too. But
absolutely.
on all serious notes, folks, we pray for him. That is for sure. And ये अमेरिका, कनाडा जो है, यूरोप जो है, आजकल ऐसा हड्डा हो गया है कि इट इज लाइक what Vinay ji said. It has become easy for people to settle scores. That's what is happening. But before going further, folks, if you are here for the first time, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon of the channel Bharat Marg to stay connected. Okay, and also do know that we do Sanskrit lessons online for free for you to read from anywhere, no age limits, and you and your children can read. Because when there is no Sanskrit or Sanskriti, there is no Desh or Dharma. Also know that we do have private luxury pilgrimage packages, trips we take all around India, and you can senior citizen friendly and also special need friendly. You can contact us by WhatsApp. We also send one dharmic message for by through your WhatsApp. You can subscribe to it by sending +16479644790 a WhatsApp with your name, your language, and the location. And also become a member of Bharat Marg, please. By becoming a member of Bharat Marg, one family can become a practicing Hindu, and also you will able to support us so that we can continue working and doing the spreading the message of Sanatan Dharma. And back to Vinayji. Vinayji, your last words.
So again, this whatever has happened, it's very unfortunate for Salman Rushdie, because it should not happen to anybody, whether he's controversial, he is bad, or whatever, right? Anything you want to say, you can say it with words, write about it, speak about it, but harming a person is not right. So I hope and pray that Salman Rushdie recovers and is back in action soon.
Absolutely. And we also, from Bharat Marg, pray for Salman Rushdie to recover. And we pray that him and his family will have enough confidence to go through, confidence and courage and blessings to go through this tough situation in life and overcome. Okay. Thank you very much, Vinay ji.
Hare
Jai
Krishna.
Sri Ram.
Thank you.
Jai Sri Ram. Thanks for coming to Bharat Marg.